Bruyne's come around. Holland! Goal! It's Mo Salah! It's Mo Salah! Absolutely sensational!
And we're live. Welcome back for another deadline stream. How are we all today? How's everyone doing? Straight back in. Another deadline stream. A day earlier than usual as well. We're live, what day is it? Is it Friday today? It's Valentine's Day. I've got it the wrong way around here. My girlfriend's just left and now I'm here sat doing an FPL deadline stream. What the hell? How's everyone doing? Double Gameweek 32 just announced as well. So that's exciting. We'll talk about that as well. How that changes the chip landscape, possible new strategies. Welcome everyone to the stream. Nat the One says happy Valentine's Day. Thank you. Yeah, it's good to be here with you. Lots of hearts popping up in the chat there. So yeah, I'll do that as well. Spamming the hearts. Yeah, welcome all to the stream. Robert, Doy, Mike, Sean, Nat the One, Mr. Health, Razvan. Who else is here? Mr. Health. Did I say that already? Timothy, Razan. I said that as well, I think. Danny, Jan, Quinn. Can see lots of members here. Turge is here. Welcome everyone to the stream. What's everyone's initial thoughts on the Double Gameweek 32 then? If anyone's missed it and you're wondering what I'm talking about, this just got announced like an hour ago. Crystal Palace and Newcastle are going to have a Double Gameweek 32. So Crystal Palace's Double Gameweek is going to be Man City away, Newcastle away. And then Newcastle's Double Gameweek is going to be Man United home and Crystal Palace home. So it's a home Double Gameweek for Newcastle. Anyone triple captaining Isak that week? Let's have a look. Nat the One says Nat the One's triple captaining Isak Gameweek 32. Alexander says wildcard 31 looking likely. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought, Alexander, after the announcement came out. Yeah, my initial thoughts were I'll dead end my team into Gameweek 29 and just get over the line. Maybe ride out Gameweek 30 as well, because I think Man City have got like Leicester home or something like that. So then maybe I'll wait one more week and then wildcard 32 before the Dublin 32. Sorry, wildcard 31 before the Dublin 32. So I'll probably go triple Palace, triple Newcastle. And then there's another possible double game week for Newcastle in game week 33. So they can have back-to-back double game weeks. So that's very exciting. Like if you've got your assistant manager, then... Oh, is the music loud? Sorry, let me turn it down. Yeah, if you've still got your assistant manager, like that's a nice opportunity to just use it back-to-back double game weeks for Newcastle. Simon F, thanks for the super chat. Says, hi Oscar, is a game week 33 for Newcastle? Do you mean double game week? If yes, you're holding your assistant managers to 31 to 33 would make sense, right? Also, what do you do with Gakpo 1.2 mil in the bank? Yeah, so I made another graphic actually. Let me show you this one as well. So these are the locked in blanks and doubles, and then the also potential doubles and blanks. So game week 29, locked in Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Newcastle blank. Game week 32 is the double game week that just got announced for Crystal Palace and Newcastle. Game week 33 is not confirmed, but based on the market odds, these 6 teams are expected to have a double game week 33. Might not happen, but Newcastle potentially with back-to-back doubles. So yeah, if I still had my assistant manager, I would be saving it and tackle those back-to-back doubles for Newcastle and use it on Eddie Howe. I almost forgot his name then. Yeah, that's what I would do. The only awkward thing is, if you might not be able to wildcard in game week 30. Well, you could, but we might not know what the doubles are in 33, basically. If I remembered that right, I don't think we'll 100% know who doubles in 33 in game week 30. But you're going to have to use the assistant manager in 33, really, because it goes, 31, because it's a 3-week chip, so it goes 31, 32, 33. And then you've got this blank game week 34 to come straight after, which is expected to be the same 6 teams, of course, that were double in 33. We're blank the next week, so that's going to be a popular free hit week. But of course, some of you might be using your free hit in 29, so it doesn't matter, you're more flexible, but like either way, you're going to have to use the assistant manager in 31, because you're not going to use it, obviously, in 32, otherwise you'll have that blank for Newcastle then. So it's tricky. In terms of Gakpo, it's a tricky one, Gakpo. Because he's not been ruled out, but he wasn't spotted in training earlier, but apparently he has a chance of making the Wolves game, and then obviously it's the second game. So who would the only player I'd sell him for is Watkins, but can you afford Watkins? I don't know if you can. How much? I don't think you can afford him, can you? I don't know if I would do it. No, I think I would just, if I had Gakpo, I would just keep him. If you can get to Watkins in one transfer, then I get it, but you have to just be careful with game week 29 as well. That's the difficulty, basically. He's 0.1 short. Yeah, that's brutal. That's the only player I'd consider selling him for. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't start the first game of the double. Like, it could be Luis Diaz and Darwin. Isak to Watkins. I'm not so keen on that one. I mean, I'm guessing I'm not the only one that's going to lose so much money if or when they sell Isak, and obviously the same applies to Salah. And I think I will sell one of them, but I'm reluctant to sell both, and I might end up just keeping Isak even through game week 29 and sell Salah instead, basically, and maybe buy Haaland by selling Wissa or Strand Larsen, not sure yet. And I might just keep Isak because I'm just going to want him straight back for the back-to-back doubles. I might not want Salah back, maybe I will. Don't know. There's a lot to think about, isn't there? Like with the way this double's dropped in, like chip strategy, which players are we going to keep, which are we selling? It sounds mad to say like I wouldn't have Salah, but maybe I wouldn't. Let me just go back to this again and think about it more. So like if City have a double game week 33, then I'm going to have to get Haaland on my wildcard in 31. Like surely you go Haaland, don't you, over Salah? Maybe I don't have Palmer. I don't know. I need to look at the fixtures. Can't be assistant manager in 36. Well, 36 might not even be a double game week now. Like, there's a chance it's not even a double. So I think that the potential back-to-back doubles for Newcastle is just teed up too perfectly not to go for it. So that's what I'd be doing if I still had the assistant manager. Yeah, isn't Dye a liability right now after his red? After his red, I don't think he got sent off. He's just injured. He's just injured, unfortunately. What's this new thing Firefox have added? What is that? There's a button I press to switch and show these animations, but it's bringing up like an AI chatbot here. You can't see it, but I'm going to have to figure that out later and change the commands. Anyway, welcome everyone to the stream. How many players do you guys have that double this week? Including managers. How many of you got doubling? I've just got Salah, Trent and Slot, so just 3 for me. Obviously I could add a 4th, but I don't know if it's worth a transfer because I'm going to have to sell... It'd have to be Bruno out. And if I sell Bruno for Rodgers, then... I gain a fixture now, but I'm losing one at 29, so I just don't know if it's worth it. 5? Oh, this could be another difficult week. Oh my god, I can't quite believe how much Tarkowski bailed me out. Like, I didn't do great last week, but 117, that was a red arrow. But Tarkowski, 17 points. Did anyone else get on Tarkowski? Or was it just me? The audio's lagging. Are you joking? Oh, not this. Let me listen to the stream. Is it because I've got a loose cable? Let me just listen to it. The audio's lagging. Are you joking? Sounds alright there. Is it better now? Oh, not this. Yes, a bit laggy. Let me listen to it. Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello, testing. Is it better now? Oh, not this. Am I being trolled or am I actually lagging? It sounded fine to me. What is going on? Fair play if that's a troll. It sounded alright to me. Cutting out. Let me unplug this a second. One second. Okay, how's that now? Not a troll. How's that now? Is that better? Oh, Edzo, thanks for becoming a member. Thank you very much, Edzo. Still lagging? Oh, they're messing with me. Fair play if it's a troll. I can't tell because like, so there was a member that said that I was actually lagging, and I trust the members more than people that aren't members. Ludovici, don't do this to me. Nat the one, still lagging. Is it really? Let me listen to it again. Is it really? But it sounds fine when I switch over. Nah, this is a wind-up. This is a wind-up. Edzo, thanks again for becoming a member. Yeah, what was I saying? Tarkowski, like, absolute legend last week. I can't quite believe 17 points. Like, he's not had an attacking return all season. Not all season. And then he gets an assist and then a goal in a double game week. What a legend. It's alright now. Alright, good. I'll have to investigate that afterwards. I'll try and find the timestamp as well. No, I do believe you. I'll try and find the timestamp afterwards because I don't know what was causing that. Maybe something with my settings I messed around with. Output. Audio. How we doing, Connor? Restart stream and it fixes it. Maybe it's for some people, not others. Day 262 of calling Focal Smexy Geezer. Shall I restart the stream? I mean, I can restart it, but it's very strange because it says the stream quality is fine on my side, but it's apparently not. It says excellent connection. Maybe it's a YouTube problem. Must be a YouTube problem. Maybe my bitrate is set too high and some people's internet can't keep up. Oh, maybe it's that. Maybe I'll just lower this a bit to like that. Don't know if it'll fix that, the bitrate live, but anyway. It's perfect. Alright, nice one, nice one. Oh, sorry about that if people were genuinely lagging. I don't know what to believe anymore. Maybe it was a YouTube problem. Yeah, because the whole time it said on YouTube Studio that the connection's excellent. Whatever that means. Is Trent playing? Yeah, I mean, he came off the bench last match for like half an hour, so I'm taking encouragement from that. I think he'll start against Wolves, and I'd like to think he starts against Villa as well, because that's going to be the even tougher game as well. You calling my internet slow? Well, it might have been. It might have been. Because I've got really good internet now. I got gigabit internet fitted, so I was like, oh, maybe I should just stream this like in really high quality. But like maybe that affects other people's ability to download the stream, if that makes sense. Anyway, yeah, chuck your questions in the chat. Wood or Gakpo? Oh, it's got to be Gakpo. Like, you got to just trust it. You need 144p focal. No one needs to see that. You wouldn't be able to tell which players I've got. Who blanks in 29? Oscar drinking water, WTF. I know, I'm a changed man. Got a bottle of Buxton. Who blanks in 29? These are all the blanks and doubles. So 29, it's Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, Liverpool and Newcastle that blank. Gameweek 32 is the one that they've just announced, which is Crystal Palace and Newcastle that double. Gameweek 33, not confirmed, but this is just based on the market odds and what we expect to happen. So potentially 6 teams doubling, which would mean 6 teams blanking in Gameweek 34 the week afterwards. So in terms of what's my chip strategy, I'm gonna save a chip in 29. I can get through 29 without using one. So I'll wildcard in Gameweek 31, maybe 32, and obviously load up on Crystal Palace and Newcastle, as well as players that double in 33. So I'll probably have like Bruno, I'll have Haaland, like double Bournemouth, like Rodgers maybe. So yeah, I'll probably have like 12, 13 players that double, and then maybe 1 or 2 that don't have doubles, like Arsenal players. But yeah, I'll have to see nearer the time. And then I'll free hit in Gameweek 34. So basically, wildcard 30 or 31 or 32. Bench boost 33, free hit 34. I've used my triple captain already, so I don't need to worry about that. But obviously, if you've got your triple captain, then I suppose Isaac 32 makes sense. Senya Lump, good evening, Oscar. Wishing you good Gameweek, love you. Thanks very much, Senya Lump. Sell Gordon to who? I think right now, if you haven't gotten Boomo, he'd be my number 1. He's got nice fixtures, doesn't blank in 29. And then after that, I'd probably look at Bournemouth mids. So Semenyo, Cliver, Dango. Are any of you buying Bournemouth midfielders this week? And if so, which ones? Or which one? Which Bournemouth mid? Cliver, Semenyo or Dango? Mikkel says, Focal, what should we do with Konsa? Well, he's ruled out of this game. Out of the first game, who they got? Ipswich. So as annoying as it is, because they've got a double, for him it's basically a single at best, and it's against Liverpool. So I'd get rid of him. I'd go to Kirkes if you got Konsa, someone like that. Dango, quite a few people buying Dango. Spook says I got Cliver. Yeet says Cliver. Bournemouth mids poll. That's a good shout. Let's do a poll. Who's the best Bournemouth mid? So we go Cliver, who's 5.9 mil, I think. Semenyo, is he 5.7? I think. And then Dango, 5.1. Poll is up. Let me catch up on chat as well. Ayan says, start Ahmad over Gakpo. No, I wouldn't. I would take the chance on Gakpo. I don't know, he might not start, he might not be involved, but you never know. He could get minutes off the bench and then start the second game with a double. I would start Gakpo over Ahmad. Emre says, 0.1 mil on the bank. João Pedro and Dyer major issues. Either Ranieri and Watkins for a -4, or Dyer to Jimenez for free. Jimenez has got decent fixtures and he doesn't blank. Jimenez, I've not looked at him, if I'm honest. Let me just check the fixtures. So they've got Forest, Palace, Wolves, Brighton, Spurs. Yeah, that's not bad, actually. So which would I do? Yeah, is anyone buying Ranieri? 4.5 mil. Like, he's going to have to be starting games, isn't he? Like with Saka, Martinelli, Havertz, Jesus, all out. But would I get him and Watkins for -4? Can you afford Wissa instead of Jimenez, or are you that tight for cash? It's got to be someone like Jimenez. I'm still not totally sold on Nwaneri, if I'm honest. Like, he's 17. Like, I know he's going to have to be getting more minutes, more starts, but I don't know. I was trying to think how they line up. Like, it might be. Oh God, it's hard to think how we even line up. Surely we're not going to be lining up with Sterling every match. It's like Sterling, Trossard, Nwaneri. Maybe we will. Maybe it'll still be Sterling on the bench, and then Nwaneri and Trossard start without like a recognised striker, and Marino starts. It's hard to predict what he's going to do. It's just that question mark over Watkins definitely playing in the first game as well. Like, he's going to be in the squad apparently. Does he start? Probably. Don't know if I'd do it for a -4. And also, who are you selling for Nwaneri? Is anyone else buying Nwaneri? Depends who you're selling for him, I suppose, is the other thing I should have asked you. I'd probably just do Jimenez for free and not take the hit. Especially because like Watkins blanks in 29. Nwaneri, is he going to be nailed in 29? I wouldn't say so. You never know, like Saka or Martinelli could be back. Probably not. Pinners Rex says, would you take a -4 for Konsa to Howson or bench him? Depends who you're going to start if you're benching Konsa, basically. That's really what it boils down to. For a -4, probably not. Like, unless you've literally don't have a bench. Unless you've got no one that's definitely going to play, then I would do it for a -4. I love you too, Senya Lump. V Super, thanks for the 1 month. It says Cliver or Dango. Well, the poll, interestingly, has got Cliver favourite, Dango least favourite. If I was picking between the two, I would say Cliver as well. Did you guys see Clivert's TikTok? His wife's like having a baby. I think she's like gone into labour, and he posted like a video in their hospital room, and the FPL crowd showed up obviously, and they left a comment saying like, Cliver, has she had the baby now? And someone left a comment on his TikTok saying like, Cliver, I just need to know, bro, you're gonna make it this weekend because I've got you in my FPL team. And then Cliver replied to the guy saying, yeah, I will be there. So I don't know, if we can take him on his word, then I would say Cliver, yeah, over Dango personally. Like, he's on pens, he's got the most points this season. Dango's great as well though. He's scoring a hat-trick, time to buy. He's going to do the baby celebration, isn't he, if he scores? 100%. 100% doing the baby celebration. But who remembers, God, it must have been like 3 years ago now. Reguilon had, I think he was flagged with a knock. And then he posted on Instagram saying, don't worry FPL managers, I'm going to be fine for this game week. And I had him and I was like, oh, excellent. Like, he's announced that he's going to be fine. And fair play, like, he's recognising FPL managers as well. And then he didn't play for like 5 weeks. That was like proper betrayal. I can't believe he did that to us. So I don't know what to believe anymore. Evidently, it's not up to the players. Certainly not when it's injuries anyway. Like, the medical department probably said, absolutely, you're not actually, because you're not ready to play. But yeah, this is a bit different. He's not injured. He's just become a dad. So anyway, congrats to Cliver. I don't know if he had a kid already actually, but maybe that's his first. Anyway, that was a tangent on Cliver. But yeah, he looks like he's your favourite on the poll, 59%. Then Semenyo 24%, and then Dango 17%. How we doing, British? Hope you're well, mate. Is Gakpo playing? He's a doubt, that's all we know. He's a doubt, and he wasn't spotted in training. But I think it's going to be a late fitness test for the Wolves game. So I think he's got a chance, and if he doesn't start, he maybe comes off the bench. If he misses the game, then I still think he'll play against Villa. Don't think I'd be selling him if I had him. I'll just keep him. If we knew Watkins was 100%, I quite like Gakpo to Watkins, but we just don't know that. That's the thing. Like when Hal the liar said that Isak was definitely out and then played him. Yeah, I mean, I'm never taking Hal on his word ever. Like, whatever he says in press conferences, I don't believe him. Even if he says one of my players is fine. But likewise, if he says a player is like probably out, I don't believe him. He's probably the worst of them all, and then maybe Arteta and then Pep. Probably the top three for press at unreliability. How am I going to get rid of and die, says Jago. It depends how much money you got. Like, there are ways to go that aren't too much more expensive. I really like Wissa, but I might be dying on a hill here, and Wissa might not do anything for me. But I still think he's great. Nice fixtures ahead. Gakpo for Trossard seems like a good punt. Yeah, but you need two moves for that. Like, Trossard's a midfielder in FPL. Gakpo's a striker in FPL. But yeah, Trossard, don't get me wrong, he's almost certainly going to be playing striker now. Like, Havertz is out for the season. Jesus, I think he's out for the season. Very long-term injury anyway. So, I really like Trossard as well this week. 6.8 mil. I talked about him in a video yesterday, which those of you that watch my videos as well, I'm sure you've seen. Wait, do any of you actually, out of interest, watch the live streams but not watch videos? Is there anyone that's like that? Arsenal's season's finished. Yeah, it's not looking good. I mean, they could still sign a free agent. You very rarely watch the videos, but you watch the live streams. You watch both. I'm guessing most people watch both, but I've never asked that. I don't actually know if there's anyone that prefers the live streams only. Play Ahmad or João Pedro? I'd play Ahmad, Kim. Play Ahmad. Seems like João Pedro is not totally nailed now. Nick says I prefer the videos over the streams. You watch both, says Antonio. Both, yeah. Oscar, what does that say? How do you watch your videos? I would if I knew how. How do you watch them? Well, if you're subscribed, then you'll see them in your YouTube feed, like under subscriptions. Or you just go on my channel and you'll see the videos there. Not quite daily videos, but pretty much almost daily videos on my channel. First time watching the stream, says Brandon. Brandon, great to be here. Welcome, Brandon, first timer. Let's get the confetti cannon out for Brandon. Might be broken. Let's get this out of the way. I've got a Valentine's card here from a secret admirer. Footy says triple captain Salah. Oscar, love you. Yeah, I'd triple captain Salah if I still had the chip, and if my system manager wasn't active as well. Yeah, I would use the triple captain as Salah. It makes even more sense after the announcement today, because there's potentially back-to-back double game weeks for Newcastle, and it just makes too much sense to use it on Hal, the assistant manager, and just triple captain Salah now if you still got it. Milk tray chocolate. That's not far off what I bought her. I pushed the boat out this year and I got the Thornton's ones. Thornton's chocolate. It was like a tenner. Pushed the boat out big time. Although I did go to a florist yesterday, like a proper florist that did really nice flower selections, and they were almost like fully booked up with all the flowers. And I just looked at what was left, and I was like, "How much is that one?" And it was just like this sort of size, and it was 35 quid, and it was just like some roses lined up in a little tray. 35. So I just walked back out and went to Co-op and hopefully she's not watching. Went Co-op instead. Wex says, "Hey Oscar, what do I do with Nicholas Jackson?" Oh yeah, you got to sell Jackson now after the injury. Like he's out till I think it's like game week 31. So it's really unfortunate for owners because I know he's been crap, but like he's got they would have had Southampton home and Leicester home, 27 and 28, but he's going to miss all of those games. So yeah, sell him. It really depends on your setup and chip strategy. Like if you're free hit in 29, then you know a punt on Watkins looks nice. If you're not, then I'd look at someone like Wissa, who doesn't blank in 29. Ferrero Rocher, that is pushing the boat out big time. That florists are insanely expensive. I couldn't believe how expensive it was. Herpy says, my FPL team is my Valentine if all goes well. Cheru, thanks for the 16 months. And it says, big green last week, 134 points. Hoping double Bournemouth, hoping double Cherries comes big. Yeah, I'm jealous actually of anyone that's got the double Bournemouth set up. Because like Southampton next. Then they got Wolves home. They've got nice fixtures to come. They've still got Spurs coming up. Like Brighton's not a bad fixture. Brentford in 29. I might be stuck with Bruno. Like, do you really sell Bruno? Maybe I should for Kluivert. Is that worth a free transfer? I'm not sure if it is. I don't think it is. I think I'm going to have to keep him. Like Spurs isn't bad. Everton maybe not bad. Ipswich home, I like that. Arsenal horrendous. And then it's Leicester and blank Gameweek 29. But all of your comments have been like, how are you even thinking about keeping Bruno? I feel like he's alright to keep. There's been a lot of comments about keeping him. Or basically saying I should sell him. Is Kluivert 100% an upgrade? Is that worth a transfer as well? So like, just counting up the blanks then. You can see the fixtures under the names. So I've got Munoz, Trent, Salah, Isak. So just 4. But then, what is it? Game week 25, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got 5 transfers and 4 players that blank. So I'm going to be cutting it fine if I mess around selling Bruno. Do you know what I mean? And also, I'm probably not going to sell Isak. So I've got to sort out the bench, right? Like Trent, I'll probably go to Vardiol. Maybe I'll sell Salah to get Haaland. That's 2. And then I'm going to have to sort out my defenders because like I'll just have Tarkowski. Vardiol will probably come in. I don't want to play Colwell against Arsenal. Greaves has got Forest. So I just think it's maybe a slight upgrade, but probably not worth it if you've got Bruno like me. If you're not free hit in Game Week 29, which I don't plan to. I plan to free hit the blank in 34. Because Villa, Bournemouth, Ipswich, Man City, Man United, and Newcastle could be the 6 that have a blank. Might not be, but that could be the 6. And obviously, if they are, they'll be the 6 that double the week before. So I'd like to just keep the free hit, not use it in 29, and just, I don't know. Bruno's probably going to kill me, but I'm keeping him. Saki says bench 1 out of Bruno, Isak, Wood, Wissa, and Kluivert, and then the message got cut off. What happened there? Did Saki die? What's the rest of the message? You transferred Kluivert in? Is that what you're saying? So bench 1. My first instinct was Wood, but like that seems crazy after a hat trick. But Bruno or Wood would be one of those 2. But like Bruno's got Spurs. Probably Bruno, just based on form. Yeah, you can't bench Wood after a hat trick, can you? Bench Bruno. I don't think it's a bad fixture for Bruno away at Spurs. What to watch, your Raptor or Let's Talk? You come to the right place, Abel. You can't go wrong. All great streams. Yeah, I think it'd have to be Bruno. You can't bench Wood after a hat-trick, can you? It just seems mad. Fulham away is not an easy game, but like, Forest have been so good this season. So's Wood. I think he's the top scoring forward, isn't he, as well? Is that right? I think he's got more points than Isak and Haaland. So it'd have to be Bruno. My instinct was Wood, but yeah. I'd say Bruno, just based on form. FPL1 says Kluivert or Mbumo in for Gordon. What's the clean sheet odds? Clean sheet odds are there. think, has this got... This might not have the second double game week fixture. These odds are from 11ify. I'm not seeing Liverpool twice there, or Villa. So it'll just be their first game here. But Arsenal top, then it's Liverpool, then Villa. Cliver or Mbumo for Gordon. I would go Mbumo, personally. It's quite close that, but I'd say Mbumo. Mbumo over Cliver. British reckons Bournemouth concede. Where are they on here? Oh, they're quite far up. 33. So yeah, 1 in 3 chance of a clean sheet. It's not that likely. They are playing away, not home as well. That all said, I think Howson, Kirkes are nice transfers this week. Team dependent. Like, it sets you up for the next 6-7 game weeks. Razan says, is it worth doing Wood to Watkins and Gordon to Rodgers for a hit? Or just do Gordon to Rodgers or Gordon to Mbumo? I quite like Gordon to Rodgers, but again, it depends on game week 29. If you're free hitting, if you're not, have you got enough transfers? If you buy Rodgers, I just think Mbumo's nice because he ticks all the boxes. Like, he's a great pick. He's their talisman. He's on pens. He's got the fixtures, and he doesn't blank in 29. Like, he ticks 5 boxes there. Gordon's fixtures aren't as great. Sorry, Rodgers' fixtures aren't as great, but he does have the double. But he does blank in 29. You're most likely free hit in 29. In that case, I think I'd go Gordon to Rodgers, and then just sell Rodgers straight away for Mbumo, if you can. It's a little bit messy, but I do like that for the upside. If you're free hitting 29, I like that. No one thinking Rashford? Asked Mark. Yeah, anyone looking at Rashford? I'm just not sure if he starts, let alone both games. Like, Rodgers, he can be trusted for minutes, but Rashford, can we trust him? He came off the bench in the cup, didn't he? Yeah, I'd say Rodgers, Razan. And then if you can, just move him straight on for Mbumo when he's got Leicester. I feel like if you're free hitting 29, you just got to go for it. You got to chase the upside of a double game week right now, haven't you? Bench 1 out of Isak, Gakpo and Palmer. Isak, Gakpo or Palmer? I mean, it'll have to be Isak against City, but none of those are great to be benching. James Storkey, he says, Gordon to Semenyo, Gakpo to Watkins, and Moyes to Emery for a -8. I mean, Gordon to Semenyo I like, and then Moyes to Emery like has to be done. I don't know if I'd take an extra hit Gakpo to Watkins personally, Storky. I don't know if I'd do Gakpo to Watkins. Does Watkins definitely outscore Gakpo by 4? It's really hard to say because like we don't know if Watkins is going to start. If he was 100%, I like that more, but for a hit, and we don't know if he's 100% going to start, it just feels a bit of a stretch to me to do that for a hit. I'd consider it for free, but for a hit, probably not. Maybe just the other two moves, so Emery and Semenyo. British says, no Watkins for me. Yeah, I mean, I could have got him by going Isak to Watkins, or maybe if I'd done like Bruno to Dango, I think it was, and then like Strand Larsen up, but it leaves me with benching problems, and it's a hit again, so yeah, I'm going to just swerve it. I'm going to avoid the bait. But like, yeah, like Razvan, if you're on free hit 29, then I think loading up on Villa players is quite nice. Like, another thing I could do is just Greaves to Disasi, because Disasi's got to play because of all the injuries they've got. But again, like, it leaves me a player light in 29 and also in 26, because obviously he can't play against Chelsea because he's on loan from them. So he'll miss 26, he'll miss 29. So yeah, I don't think I don't think it's worth a transfer. Like, this is where Disasi scores against Ipswich or something, but I don't know. My gut instinct, I got really lucky, I'll be honest, but my gut instinct with Tarkowski went really well last week, but this week I don't have that same feeling about Disasi. I need a 0-0 between Palace and Everton this week. It's not going to happen, surely. But I just don't think it's worth spending a transfer to bench Tarkowski and buy a player that blanks in 29, right? In Bumo or Trossard? I'd go in Bumo GG's over Trossard as a priority. How are we doing, Beardy? Sebastian says, hang on, what? Can Bon Valet and Bombo win in the mini league? No, he says in caps. Why not? Everything's possible. I think Bon Valet and Bombo can win the league. Anything's possible. We'll agree to disagree. AM says, sell Gordon to Julivert. Do you mean Clivert? And Wood to Watkins. Gordon to Clivert, Wood to Watkins, -4. Why don't you just do Gordon to Clivert and not take the hit? It seems a bit mad to sell Wood after a hat-trick, to me. I don't think I'd be doing that. I know Watkins has got double, but the problem is he probably starts, but we don't know 100%. That's the difficult thing. Like, you're having to take you're sacrificing 4 points to punt on his minutes. If I knew 100% that Watkins starts, then maybe. But again, I don't think I would do it. I wouldn't do it for a -4. I'd do it for 3. I think Gordon to Clivert is fine, and you just play Wood. Like, he's just got a hat trick last week. Trust me, selling Wood can massively backfire, as I found out last week. Luckily, selling Wood did let me fund Tarkowski, so there was that. But it was honestly, it was the most painful game week of the season for me. To be fair, it ended kind of nicely with Tarkowski scoring, but oh man, I was so pissed off when Wood got that hat trick, and I deserved it. Like, to sell Wood the season he's having, but I didn't expect him to get like Nottingham's Forest first hat trick for like 40 years. Don't know if that stat's right. I think I read that, or maybe it was 50 years. It was like the 70s or something mad since Forest last got a hat trick in the Premier League. But anyway, yeah, like, I don't think I'd sell him after a hat trick. Pavla says, I have to lock in now. Start a doubtful Gakpo or Bruno Fernandes. I think you got to start the doubtful Gakpo. Like, he's not been ruled out totally. He's not been totally ruled out. Apparently it's going to be a late fitness test, so we'll have to see. Like, he could be benched, come on for half an hour, start the second game. So I think I'd say Gakpo's better. More minutes, potentially, than Bruno. And obviously get the more points for appearances. I think I'd start Gakpo over Bruno. It is quite close, that one, because of the minutes uncertainty. I mean, let's have a look at reviews projections, what they say. Is Gakpo up there? So he's not on the list here. But yeah, it's because of the flag and his minutes have dropped. My best guess is on the bench first game, start second game. And I still think that's probably slightly better than Bruno. So Salah's on 14.6. Like, if you've still got your triple captain and your assistant manager's not active, then I would just triple captain Salah. Like, it's too obvious. How are we doing, Flandy? Trent is second this week. Then Luis Diaz, Soboslai, Rodgers. I ballparked 85 minutes for Rodgers. I was messing around with his predicted minutes here. It might be off. I nudged Konate up to 90 because Gomez is out as well. I guess most of you already tripled up on Liverpool, right? Let's stick a poll up on chips, in fact. Just going to bring it back to my team here. So which chip do you have active? We'll go assistant manager, triple captain, other, and none. Alright, the poll is up. Get your votes in. Yaj says, Amad to Dango for free. Amad to Dango. I guess it's a little bit of an upgrade this week. It's not a huge one. I do think Ahmad against Spurs is a pretty nice fixture still, if I'm honest. And you're selling someone that does play in 29, so I'd be wary of that as well. Like, I'm looking at my team, and I'm in a similar boat, but it's Bruno for me. And I know Bruno's so hit and miss. But, like, he's got Tottenham this week. Everton's not bad. Ipswich home nice. Leicester in Gameweek 29. I'm looking at it and thinking, there's no point me going Bruno to Kluivert. Bruno to Dango. So I'm not sure if I'd do that. I know, like, he's got a slightly better fixture against Southampton, but I'm not sure if I'd do that. I feel like Ahmad... Like, I know Spurs have got some players coming back, but they're still pretty bare bones right now. I don't think I'll do that, personally. But that's just kind of my sentiment on Man United mids. I want to save transfers for something that's more important. That, you know, I need to, like, sort out my back line. I'm going to probably have to sell Salah to get Haaland. That's 2 transfers. So, yeah, I'm not sure I'd do that personally. It's not a bad move at all, don't get me wrong, but it feels a bit sideways using a transfer. Like, another way I'll put it, it wouldn't surprise me at all if Ahmad comes away against Spurs with like a goal and an assist or something like that, would it? Wouldn't be surprising. Nev says, Bruno's burned me too many times, Oscar. Oh, me too, honestly. Me too. But I've got to keep him at this point. I've got to keep him. That's my plan. Jay says, hey bud, Gakpo and Mbeumo out. And Watkins in for a -4 and bring Slot in. Or Gakpo to Cunha / Wissa and Slot in. Or do nothing. Gakpo and Mbeumo. I definitely wouldn't be selling Mbeumo. Definitely wouldn't sell Mbeumo. I'd probably just do nothing. I'd probably do nothing. Now we've had that double game week announced for Newcastle. I think you're going to gain more points using it later, Jay. Like, I do recognise that the next couple of game weeks might be difficult to get green because there's loads of people that have used it on slot. But when there's these potential back-to-back doubles again for Newcastle, like, it's such an opportunity that. So game week 32, double game week 32 has just been announced for Palace and Newcastle, right? Game week 32, Newcastle home to Man United, home to Palace. That's a pretty nice double. And then there's a potential double game week 33, literally the next game week. And Newcastle could double again, away against Villa, home to Ipswich. That just seems so much better than selling Gakpo to buy Slot to me. When you look at it like that, do you know what I mean? It's not guaranteed they get the back-to-back doubles, but I just look at that and think, that's better to save and take a chance on that happening. So I would do nothing. Sometimes the best thing in FPL is to do nothing. Who's been there before, where you look at your team and you just mess around making transfers that you've overthought? You originally, on Monday, you thought, yeah, I'll do nothing. You start overthinking it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Oh, this could actually be an option. And you forget what you first thought, which was to do nothing, and which ends up being the best thing to do. Anyway, Jay Saunders says, thoughts on Gakpo to Wissa and Emery Arsman. So yeah, same answer, Jay Saunders, as the what I said to Jay. I feel like the back-to-back doubles for Newcastle is way better than selling Gakpo to use it on slot now. Way better. Nev says it happens every game week. You and me both. Tristiano, Sanchez replacement thoughts. I'd probably go to Kepa with those fixtures Bournemouth have got. Marcus says, I had the manager chip blocking my triple captain. Yeah, that's fine. It is what it is. Like, just use the triple captain on Isak in that double. In that Newcastle double. Use it in game week 32 on Isak. Easy. FCH Sean says, hello Oscar, would you do Gakpo to Watkins for a -12? Not for a -12. I probably wouldn't even do it for a -4. -12? Is that a typo, Sean? Thanks for 28 months though. But for a -12, no, definitely not. Here for FPL says, Oscar, happy V-Day. Bench Wood or Wissa? Oh, Wood or Wissa? Well, I like Wissa's fixture more. So he's away at West Ham. Wood is away at Fulham. Wood's got pens. There's always that factor. Probably play Wissa over Wood, personally. And just try and forget that he got the hat-trick last week. Yeah, I think Wissa. Pretty close that, I'll be honest. I'd say like 60-40 in favour of Wissa. Oh, you meant -4. You wrote... Okay, I wouldn't even do it for a -4, to be honest with you. Probably not for a -4. I'd consider it for 3, but not for a hit. Matthew Lang says, help Oscar, Palmer or Wood to start? Dilemma. I'd rather start Palmer over Wood, personally. Like... I know Palmer's been a bit quiet recently, but... Like, let's not forget what happened last time they played each other. Who remembers that? What was that game week 6? 4 goals he got. He scored 4 goals against Brighton. Absolutely ripped apart their high line. If I'm not mistaken, Dunk missed that one and Webster played. And if I'm not mistaken, Dunk's a doubt again this week. I don't know. I wouldn't be benching Palmer against Brighton. Andreas, thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate you, Andreas. Thanks for that. Crispy Bacon also says, Oscar, talk me out of giving Rodgers the armband. Well, I mean, look at the projections. And we can look at goal scorer odds as well. You know, looking at what the bookies are saying. It's like, Salah's so far ahead that it doesn't make sense to go Rodgers. Like, Liverpool's first game is Wolves home as well. Like, I know Rodgers has got Ipswich home, but Wolves home is a nice fixture for Liverpool. Goal scorer odds. Salah, top of all players, 0.92 projected goals. Where's Rodgers? He's not even up there. I don't know why he's missing, but he's not even on there. Yeah, I don't know. That's surprising that he's not there. Maybe he's just missed out like 0.46, but anyway. What more do you need to see? I mean, look at last game week. A lot of people went Trent. I say a lot. It's probably like a few 100,000 out of the 11 million, but I wouldn't bet against Mo in current form. Sebastian says, I inform you that Carmen Cup has already been decided. Has it really? The Carmen Cup's been decided already? No chance. Long way to go. Early doors yet in the Carmen Cup. Nat the one says, Martinelli to a Bournemouth midfielder or Trossard. I think a Bournemouth... Oh. I'll come back to that question in a sec, Jay. Bournemouth midfielder or Trossard? I really like Trossard, but I'm actually a bit worried that with all these players out, although on the one hand it's like, oh, he's definitely going to play striker. On the other hand, it's like, how much are they going to struggle for goals though with all these players out? No Saka, no Martinelli, no Havertz, no Jesus. So I'd probably just play it safe and go for a Bournemouth mid. Yeah, I think I'd do that. Mate, yeah. I was really tempted by Trossard, but I've talked myself out of it. I think he's going to be a nice pick potentially, but I think Bournemouth, we just know, like, we know what to expect with them. If that makes sense. So Jay asked, mate, you said assistant manager in Double Gameweek 32, when to bench boost? Yo, this is it. So potentially a single game week bench boost. Potentially. And I don't think that's that bad. Like if I go back to this graphic again, actually, I'm probably not going to have 15 players at double. It could end up being 11 and then a bench. So realistically, I could end up bench boosting single game week players anyway, if that makes sense. So my bench would be a single game week potentially in Double Game Week 33, and yours might be whichever single game week you use yours. So you could use it straight after your wildcard. The difficulty is we may not know 100% who doubles in 33 at Game Week 30, which might mean you can't wildcard in Game Week 30 without knowing exactly who's going to double. But there's still a chance that there's a double in 36. It's not ruled out, so there is still that opportunity as well to bench boost 36. I just think it's better to use the assistant manager now in those back-to-back doubles that will potentially happen. I feel like that makes sense. But yeah, it's an interesting one. Like, this assistant manager has really thrown chip strategy up in the air. Grumpster says, wait, so there's a double in 32 and 33 now. Yeah, 33 will be a double. We don't know exactly who, but potentially Newcastle are the one team. Wait, can Palace? Let me check that again. No, not Palace. Yeah, Newcastle are the one team that could have back-to-back doubles. So they could have Man United and Palace home in 32, and then in 33, Villa home and Ipswich home. I posted this graphic on Twitter and Blue Sky if anyone wants to have a proper look at it, at FPL Focal. Actually, on Blue Sky it's at FPL.page. Speaking of FPL.page, actually, we're going to do a giveaway during the stream for premium membership, completely free. I'm going to be giving away codes where you can redeem free premium membership for the entire remainder of the season. So you get like an ad-free experience. You can like rearrange the widgets. You can remove the ones that you don't like or don't use. You can change the color theme. Actually, let's just do it now. Let's get it out of the way, and then we'll crack on with everything else. So if you want to be in with a chance to redeem it, in the app or on the website, in the top left corner, it will say tap here to hide ads, and then you just enter the code that I'm going to show in a second. So everyone get ready for that, and then I'm going to put the code on screen. And if you want to just like, if you don't get the code, if you're not lucky enough to get it, then, and if you want to support me, it's only £1.49. It supports the running costs, which are insanely high. Like January was like $500. Alright, so anyway, I'm going to put the code on screen in a second. Get ready. So yeah, in the app, you top left corner, it says tap here to hide ads. Show the code I'm going to put on screen, and you'll get the entire remainder of the season for free. The code is we go again, in all caps. So if you enter that on the app or the website, you'll get the entire rest of the season completely free. But you get a month for free anyway if you want to try it out and see if you like it or not. So you could sign up for a month, cancel straight away, and you never have to pay, but obviously that wouldn't support the website. We go again is the code. Let us know in chat if you got it. There's 5 up for grabs. Should I start Howson or Munoz? Gotta start Munoz, Vincent Merry. It's gotta be Munoz. I benched him last week. That was also painful. Last week was probably my most painful game week of the season. I still did okay, like 117, but I sold Wood and benched Munoz. Right. Two have been redeemed so far, so there's one more up for grabs. The code is we go again, and you'll get the entire rest of the season for free, premium. I'll put it on screen for 5 more seconds, and then we're flicking back over. Alright, there we go. Well done if you got it. All 3 have been claimed now. Alright, sort my windows out again. Put that there, put that there. Right, so which chip do you have active? 68% assistant manager, 11% triple captain, 2% other, 20% none. Where did I get to here? Darren says triple captain this week or Isaac in Game Week 32. I would use it this week, Darren. I would much rather use it this week on Salah. Yeah, if you haven't got your assistant manager active, use it on Salah. Obviously, the thing with the assistant manager is if you used it last week, then you're locked out of using a chip this week. Because the assistant manager lasts for 3 weeks, and you can't use 2 chips at the same time in FPL. So, yeah, if you've not got your assistant manager active, I would definitely triple captain Salah this week. Definitely. 2-1 KSI team. KSI here. Shout out KSI. Tim Phillips says, who should I start? Nico or Miko? Nico or Mikolenko? So Forest have got Fulham away. Mikolenko. Everton have got Palace away. I would say play Nico. I think his underlying data, I've not checked it, but I reckon his underlying data will be much better than Mikolenko's. And they're just a better defence this season. I'd play Nico. Thomas says, is triple captain the move? I'm saving my assistant manager for Gameweek 31 to 33. Yeah, if you've got your triple captain and you're saving your AM, triple captain now. No worries, Darren. Thanks for your support. What to do with João Pedro, asks Holy Guacamole. Love the name. I mean, if you can afford to bench him this week, maybe just see if he starts or if he has genuinely lost his spot or a minute's risk. Because like Rutte did play really well the other day. I think he's probably a sell. I think someone like Wissa looks quite nice with those fixtures. You could go straight to Wissa this week if you've got the money. Salah says, should I do Isak to Watkins or Miko to Disasi? I prefer Miko to Disasi, but yeah, it really depends on Gameweek 29 and if that's going to affect how many players you've got. Because I looked at the same thing. I could do like Tarkowski to Disasi or Digne or Greaves to Disasi. I could do all of those moves, but I'm going to just like not take the double gameweek bait this time round and just leave myself with an extra roll transfer. I think that's probably the smartest play in my position. But if you're planning to free hit in 29, then you could go Disasi, yeah. I don't think I'd sell Isak. I wouldn't sell Isak. I'm not keen on selling Isak for a Watkins that may or may not start against Ipswich. Slot versus Emery. I'd go Slot 100%. I know Emery's got like the bonus points potential if they get a result against Liverpool, but how likely is that? Like, surely you'd back Liverpool to beat Villa. Sorry if you're a Villa fan, but surely you'd back Liverpool to beat them. That said, you'd back Liverpool to beat Everton, and they got a draw, didn't they? At Goodison Park, but I'd say Slot's better, yeah. Abdallah says, go for Wissa, Isak, Wood, Bruno. You can only pick 3. I would go... Probably for the first 3, Wissa, Isak and Wood. No, I'm not a fan of benching Bruno. I know a lot of you hate Bruno, but I think Spurs is a pretty nice fixture right now. I mean, it has been all season really, but like they've still got a lot of players out. But I think it'd have to be the first 3. Yeah. Like Wood off the back of the hat-trick. Wissa's got West Ham, that's nice. Isak, the season he's having. It'd have to be Bruno benched. Sebastian says, we have a friend named Shaggy and he does everything FPL Harry says, and now we call him Shari. Hey, does anyone else copy content creators' moves, or do you play your own game? I swear that someone made a tool where you could enter their ID and see if they've copied anyone, copied any YouTubers like transfers all season. That's got to be some kind of forfeit, Sebastian, for copying. There's got to be a forfeit for that. What you need to do is you have to agree. You have to agree before the season starts. If anyone gets caught copying a content creator, then for the whole season, then there's a forfeit of some kind. Yeah, it was Sertup, that was it. I think a lot of people do it for maybe like half the time, because often there's just stuff that makes sense. But I don't know, surely it'd be boring if you did it every week for 38 weeks. You copied me once and you lived to regret it. Which one was that? Selling wood? This is the thing as well, you never know who's guaranteed to do well in FPL. You could copy someone, they could have an off season. Welcome back, Evo Khan. Content creators ruin the game. How do you reckon we've ruined the game? I'll have a discussion on anything. I think that's quite an interesting conversation, because I know there are some people that like aren't a fan of FPL content creators. But I think on the other hand, like when there's loads of content being made about it, it gets people more engaged with the game as well. Maybe the game would have grown as much as it has regardless. I don't know. It's hard to say. I do get it though. Some people like won't like the idea of a game being monetized, which technically it is. Like I've never ever paywalled any content ever. I've never said like you got to pay for this video. Everything I've ever done is completely free, but like it is technically monetization, isn't it? You only copy 5% of what content creators do. What to do with Gakpo? I think you have to keep Gakpo really, because it's like, where do you even go? You could go to Watkins if you're free hitting in 29. Content creators glue the community together. Yeah, I'd say that's fair as well. Adasola says, yeah, you've made me play consistently. Appreciate that. Glad to have helped. Nick says he makes plans each game week and then he'll wait for content creators to verify if those plans were good ones. Yeah, that's valid. I like that. By the way, before I started making videos and doing streams, I used to watch videos as well. I'd watch like FPL Tips and Andy. I watched them for years actually, and I was like, I'm way too late to bother. But in the end, I went for it anyway. We went into lockdown. Connor says Gordon to a Bournemouth midfielder / Trossard / Rodgers short term. What's your chip strategy, Connor? Are you free hitting 29? If you're free hitting 29, then I like Rodgers. Otherwise, it really depends how many transfers you've got and if you can field 11. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't go Rodgers. You're not free hitting. Yeah, I probably would swerve Rodgers then. And I think I'd probably go Bournemouth midfielder. I'd go for a Bournemouth midfielder over Trossard. Semenyo / Kluivert. I actually really like Semenyo. He might even be the best one. But I'm biased because I've got him. But like, he plays 90 pretty much every game. His underlying data is really good. Probably the best of the three. I covered it in a video yesterday if you've not seen that. But I basically compared their underlying data. And Kluivert's is really inflated by 6 penalties. That's the only thing. But Kluivert's great as well. And to be fair, he was the most popular one on the poll earlier. So, I mean, it's a coin toss. Semenyo / Kluivert, one of those. Shreyan says, bro, your content feels different with this background music. Yeah, I was surprised I'm the only one that has background music. Maybe that's not a good thing though. But yeah, I've got that song I use in all my videos. Don't know if I've got it to hand here. That one. This is a different version though. FPL Tips, the OG content creator. I started watching his videos in 2014. Yeah, he's the OG. Absolute pioneer in terms of FPL content. I definitely, my content's definitely inspired by his. Like, there's not many YouTube channels that like are faceless, where they don't appear in the videos. I made this remix myself, but the original isn't mine. The original is Harris Heller. What was I saying? Yeah, there's not many YouTube channels where they don't appear in the videos. I think some people like that because then it's all about the content, but other people like, I don't know, I think you can connect with who you're watching more if they're in the video. So I have to make up for that with really good graphics and animations, so that's the trade-off. DJ Focal. I've actually got a secret YouTube channel where I post music. Anyway. They ruin the game, he says, while he watches / follows. Well, that's true. He swung by to say it. I'll listen to anyone's take about anything. Like, I think it's an interesting conversation. Like, maybe some people that have been playing it for a long, long time as well might have nostalgia to the early days where it was like, you really had to like figure it all out yourself. There was no expected data even back in the day. There's a lot of eye tests, you know, doing a lot of research, watching match of the day. Do you get spotted on the streets because of FPL? Not often, but I went to Budapest last week because there was obviously that week off, and someone sent me a DM like, "Did I just see you in a cream coat in Budapest?" But yeah, they didn't actually come over and say anything. But sometimes, not often, because like I said, I don't appear in my videos, just streams. So it surprises me it even happens at all, because they must have seen me from a stream only, which is only like a fraction of the content I make doing the live streams as opposed to the videos every week. I think I missed a question from Tim there. He said Flecken or Henderson in goal. Also, do you think Trent to Van Dijk's worth a -4? Nah, definitely don't sell Trent. He came off the bench last match. That's quite encouraging. Like, there's a good chance he starts next one and then maybe comes off like 70 minutes. I wouldn't even do it for free. Flecken or Henderson? So Flecken's got West Ham away. Henderson's got Everton home. I'd play Henderson, Tim. Play Henderson. In terms of the people asking about Gakpo, I think I'd keep him because I don't know where you clearly go. Like if you're free hitting in game week 29, then yeah, I guess you can take a chance on Watkins, but even he's not guaranteed to start. Like, he's in the squad apparently, he will be in the squad, but will he start? Probably, but hard to say. We don't know the severity of the injury. Other than that, I just think, where do you even go? It's not like there's another Liverpool or Aston Villa striker to go to, is there? Tom reckons Watkins starts. Yeah, I think he probably does. Like, he's got such an incredible injury record. Like, he barely misses a game. When you look at his record over the years, he's such a reliable player. Is Beto a good replacement for Ndai? Probably not, nah. I know he did well in the double, but like, the double's gone now. I'd rather find extra money for someone like Wissa. Anurag says, hi Oscar, help with this team. He's got Gabriel, Trent, Colwell, Mikalenko, Greaves, Salah, Palmer, Semenyo, Ahmad, Sarr, Isak, João Pedro and Wood. 1 free transfer, 0.9 mil. Assistant manager's active, and he's thinking Ahmad / Sarr to Rodgers. Yeah, again, it depends on what your plan is for game week 29, Anurag. Like, are you free hitting, or are you going to be using free transfers to get 11 out? I think if you can, saving the free hit in 29 is going to be really useful, because it will make game week 34 tricky. That's the catch. The double game week 33 and blank game week 34 here aren't locked in. These are just based on the market odds. But look, it's the same 6 teams. So imagine these 6 double. You're going to want to load up. But then what do you do the next week if you haven't got a free hit? So I think I would be trying to save my free hit at all costs in game week 29 to really attack that double in 33. But yeah, like, if you can get to that blank game, that double game week 33 with like 4 or 5 transfers, then obviously you can get back out of it much more easily. But yeah, if anyone's joining late and didn't see it, double game week 32 has been announced. So Crystal Palace and Newcastle are going to double in 32. They'll have Man City away, Newcastle away for Palace. Newcastle will have Man United home, Crystal Palace home. So potentially back-to-back doubles for Newcastle. So if you still got your assistant manager, then I think you have to use it in 31. Surely. In 31, do they have Leicester? Is that right? Yeah, it's a crazy run. So Newcastle would potentially have Leicester away, double game week 32, double game week 33. It's basically like what we've had with Slot, like back-to-back doubles. But even then, the third game for Slot's not nearly as good because it's Man City away. So yeah, that's what I'd be doing. But to go back to your question, Anurag, like, you've got Trent, Salah, Sarr, Isak. So yeah, you've got 4. So I think I'd probably just go Sarr to... But would I sell Sarr? Or would I try and get Mbumo next week? Yeah, it's tricky. Yeah, I'd probably just do Saar to Kluivert. I would do that, and I think that might free up some money for you. Maybe not. I think they're maybe about the same price. What's the ultimate chip strategy, please? I've got so many and I don't know when to use them. It's really team dependent. How are we doing, Jay? Hope you're well, mate. It's team dependent, really. I think triple captain this week. Wildcard 31. So you can attack that double in 32. So triple captain this week. Wildcard 31. Or maybe 30. Bench boost 33. Free hit 34. And then what else is there? That's all of them, isn't it? Yeah, no, sorry. But if you've got your assistant manager as well, then use that in 31. And then you'll have to wildcard either game week 30 or you use it 35 after the blank. But yeah, it surprised me that anyone would have all their chips still when we've got back-to-back Liverpool doubles. Use your triple captain. Use it right now. Do I take Gordon out? Yeah, I would. Like, he probably plays, but he's got bad fixtures and he blanks in 29. I think Isak is enough for Newcastle to own. When you've got players like Mbumo, Semenyo, Kluivert, that all look great. Would you start Waneri if you have him instead of Gakpo? No, I'd rather start Gakpo. I know he's a doubt, but Gakpo. Thoughts on Spence? I'm not at all tempted by Spurs defence. Like, there's absolutely nothing about the Spurs defence that is making me think like I want to buy into that. I don't even know what price he is, but even if he was 4 mil, like, I'm not going there. I'm not touching the Spurs defence. I mean, I have before this season. I had Porro, and he blanked in great fixtures. Scored when I least expected it against City away when I benched him. So, I don't know. I've been burnt by the Spurs defence. I'm not going back. All right, chuck your guesses in the chat. Who's going to be king of the game week for 25? Well done to everyone that bravely guessed Salah last week. 29 points he got. Get your guesses in the chat. Can anyone guess anything more creative than Salah? Just in case it's not Salah, who's it going to be? Top scorer of Double Gameweek 25. Who am I going to go? I'm going to go left field, and I'm going to say Luis Diaz. Like, if Gakpo is a doubt, maybe he misses the game, maybe Diaz starts, and then maybe Diaz starts the second. Oh, is that a risky shout? That's a bit risky. Well, what are the stakes? It's a game with no stakes. I'll go Diaz. What are we saying? Rodgers, Slot, Kluivert, Luis Diaz, Trent, Nunez. Interesting shout. Waneri. Nkunku. Oh my god. Is anyone going back to Nkunku? I'm not going back after what happened at the start of the season. Is Sanchez dropped? If so, do I sell before Southampton and Leicester? Yeah, you see on the left-hand side, there's a little team news widget. He's been dropped. Semenyo, Emery. A lot of people are saying Semenyo. I'd love it if it's Semenyo. So yeah, that's the double game week that got announced earlier this afternoon. Game week 32, double for Palace and Newcastle. So, like, who are you guys getting for that? Isak's going to have to be a lock. Hull, Munoz, Mateta. There's like four that are obvious. Would I go triple? Would you go triple on Gordon? I guess you have to go triple, don't you? If you're not using the assistant manager. I probably have... Yeah, I guess I'll have to have Isak, Gordon, Hull, Munoz... Eze. Will I go? Maybe not Eze. Mateta. Avoid Saar. Yeah, I'll probably avoid Saar. Paredes says, would you suggest using assistant manager in 25 or keeping it towards game week 30? I would keep it now that double's been announced, Paredes. Because the potential upside in back-to-back doubles is so huge. Like, I didn't think we were going to have any back-to-back doubles for the rest of the season. I thought that ship had sailed, but now we've had that announced. It's a possibility that Newcastle have a pretty incredible run. Leicester away, and then double game week, and then another double game week, and the doubles aren't bad either. Yeah, back-to-back Paredes. We're back. Sorry about that. Yeah, back-to-back doubles for Newcastle, potentially. Not 100%, it's not been done yet, not been announced yet. It'll depend on what happens in the FA Cup. But there's a good chance it happens, yeah. So Newcastle could double in 32 and 33. FPL Grandmaster, welcome back to the same video. So yeah, I would use it in Game Week 31 Paredes. And like, even if they don't get the back-to-back doubles, it's still a nice run for Newcastle. Yeah, Game Week 33 is good for bench boost, but the potential of back-to-back doubles is way better, basically. It's way better. And also, let's not forget, you might not have a bench of doublers, because it's like, there are some nice teams missing, like no Arsenal, no Liverpool. You might have a single game week bench. So I would prioritise the assistant manager. It's got way more potential, in my opinion. Especially over that 3-week span. Even if it means using the bench boost in a single game week. Which I think is going to be what a lot of managers will have to do that's still got the assistant manager and bench boost. But this is always the thing that we thought was possible at the start of the season. There was going to be more chips than double game weeks. Right? Like, that was why I used my triple captain in a single game week. In the end, I wish I'd held on to it, because obviously we had that weather postponement, but we've still got the same story. Still got the same story where it's like there's more chips than double game weeks. Alex says he's made one free transfer with Rodgers coming in for Sarr, and his headache at the moment is whether to start João Pedro or Mikalenko, or get rid of João Pedro for Vissa for a -4. Let me just have a look if FPL Instinctive is a really good account to follow for Brighton predicted lineups. Let me see if he's got João Pedro starting or Rutter. Yeah, he's got it. Oh, he's got it 50% chance. So he's not at all confident. He says, I have João Pedro on 55 to 57 expected minutes. Him starting is not clear cut at all, and I wouldn't be surprised if Welbeck started there instead. That said, Herzler's comments on him needing more intensity out of position and a more defined low block benefits João Pedro. The main concern is whether João Pedro and Rutter is seen as too defensive, meaning slower counters and no goals. If he starts 80 minutes, but since him starting isn't too likely, 80 minutes wouldn't be fair. Yeah. For a -4, I don't think I'd... probably not for a -4, Alex. I think I'd just start him and hope for the best. Yeah, I think I'd just start him and hope for the best, rather than take a -4 to sell him. Doesn't he have Southampton as well? Like, imagine he does start and then he's got Southampton the following game week. So I probably wouldn't take the hit. Goran says, Gordon out for Tara, Dango in for a -4. Yeah, as far as -4s go, I don't mind that. Like, Gordon, I think he's like a slight doubt, isn't he? I can't remember what Hal said about him earlier, but like Dango, he's got Southampton, he doesn't blank at 29, better fixtures. Yeah, I like that. I think that's okay for a -4. Yeah, I would go for that. Stephen Gallagher says, hi Oscar, bench 1 out of Mbumo, Dango and Wood. Oh, that's brutal, Stephen. I'm definitely not Mbumo, so it's Dango versus Wood. Dango against Southampton, Wood away against Fulham. I feel like you can't bench Wood after a hat-trick though, can you? Really, it's a coin toss, that Dango versus Wood. I'd probably start Wood. He's on pens as well, just scored a hat-trick. It's really a coin toss, but I'd say Wood. I'm scared to bet against Wood as well after what happened last week. Like last week, I just thought he's got Brighton. There is a chance he scores there, but like West has got Spurs, bare bones, and I got that so wrong. That's probably my worst call of the season. My best call of the season was getting Wood really early and holding him long, but I sold him slightly too early in the end. So I'd say Wood and Mbumo to start. Lucidus, thanks for the 19 months. Says, hey Oscar, I'm at 26k overall rank. Any tips? Pressure rises. Not really. Just keep doing what you're doing. Make sure you've got a solid strategy. Look at the next 4 or 5 game weeks. Make sure you've got a plan. Keep an eye on blank game week 29. Make sure you're not too short on players, or if you're already committed to free hit, then make sure you make the right transfers with that in mind. Like if you're free hit in 29, then you could attack this double with a Villa player. Otherwise, just be careful for game week 29. Formulated chip strategy. These are the blanks and doubles. You've probably seen this already. I've shown it a few times. Ludovici says, no overthinking, Oscar. Look forward. You have a really good season. You're doing well, Lucidus. Keep it up, mate. Jake says his head's gone, and he says, oh, I've lost it. Transfer in Gabriel, Saliba, or Kirkes. Well, I like Gabriel the most out of those 3. I'd love to get Gabriel back in my team this week, but I can't do it without taking a hit. So I would say Gabriel. If I was ranking those, Gabriel, then Kirkes, then Saliba. Jason says, Moyes to Emery, start Gakpo and Ahmad to Dango for a -4, free hit in a 29. Moyes to Emery, yeah, I would do that. Start Gakpo, yep. Ahmad to Dango for a hit. Nah, not for a hit. If you're selling Ahmad for a hit, surely you go Rodgers, unless you've got him already. Even then, I'm not a massive fan of that, because like Man United's fixtures... Everton away is not bad. Ipswich home after that. It's just Arsenal before 29. I wouldn't take the hit. If I was going to sell Ahmad for a hit, it'd be Rodgers or no one. If you're free hitting in 29. Kaz says Gordon to Semenyo and Hall to Kirkes from -4. He's got Cliver and wants to avoid the free hit in 29. Yeah, I think Hall to Kirkes is pretty solid. Like, I mean, the clean sheet odds had Bournemouth on 33%. But I think I just can't imagine a world where Newcastle keep one away at City. But I said that about Spurs, to be fair, and I was wrong about Spurs, who ended up winning 4-0. But I assume there's no one else, Kaz, in your defence that you could play as well, right? Like, if you keep hold of Hall, is there anyone else you could play? I think the double up Semenyo Cliver is fine, by the way. I don't have a problem with that at all. But yeah, I think it's alright for a -4. You should get the 4 points back pretty quickly. Right. Is there any messages I missed? Starting Bumo or Ahmad from Joe and Bumo. Adam says, what do you think about this strategy? Wildcard 30, assistant manager 31 to 33, free hit 34, bench boost 36. Triple captains played already. Yeah, I would do the same if I had the same chips as you. The only thing you're going to have to keep an eye on is we might not know the doubles in 33 before the game week 30 deadline, which will make it a bit tricky because you're not going to wildcard going in blind because you don't know who doubles. Well, you could wildcard anyway and just take a chance. But yeah, that strategy is exactly what I would do in your situation. Mark says, I've taken a -8. Only 2 other hits all season. Moyes to Emery and Sanchez to Kepa. Elanga to Cliver. Is moving Gakpo to Watkins worth a -12? I'm leaning towards sticking. I'm able to get 11 starters in 29. Yeah, I'd stick, Mark. I don't think I'd take an extra -4 for a -12 to sell Gakpo for Watkins, personally. Like, you could make a case for Gakpo to Watkins if Watkins was 100%. He probably starts, but it's just that little bit of uncertainty that put me off doing that. I do it for free, not for a hit. In a nutshell. But yeah, nice moves. I like all the 3 moves you made there. To be fair, they're all logical. Like Emery had to be done, Sanchez had to be sold, and Elanga, yeah, it makes sense to hop off with Kluivert's fixtures. Nice moves. Yeah, just don't go -12. Prader says latest Gakpo news. So we haven't heard much, to be fair. He's a slight doubt. I think Slot's words were he's a bit of a doubt. So like nothing concrete. I believe it's a late fitness test as well, so like, he could still be in the squad, could still start even. If I was going to predict his minutes, I would say maybe not a start in the first one and then starts the second. But I just don't think that's enough to sell him either. It's not like there's another Liverpool player, Liverpool striker that doubles. And then obviously in Villa, it's like not 100% with Watkins either. So it's a bit tricky really. I'd just keep him if I had him. I'd go to Watkins if it was for free, I suppose. That's it. I don't like it for a -4. Right, let's have a look at the scout selection. Let us know in chat, how many players have you got? That's 2 zoomed in. So this is the team this week. They've got Martinez in goal, Virgil, Gabriel and Kirkes. They've got Salah captain, Palmer, Trossard, Kluivert, Rodgers, and then Watkins and Gakpo up top. How many of you guys got? I'm not looking good this week. I've got Salah, Palmer. 2. You got 6. Hang on, have I counted that right? Salah, Palmer. Oh no, that's literally it for me. I've got 2. No one else got. How has everyone got 5 and 6? What have you got? I'm guessing you guys have got like Kluivert. You've got Gakpo. Some of you must have Rodgers and Gabriel. Oh, I might be in trouble this week. Not that the scout selections are guaranteed green or red arrow, but this is what they consider the best team. I guess not many people have got Martinez. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Not many have got Martinez, have they? Not many have got Van Dijk. A lot of people went Trent instead. Oh, Abdul Jalil, thanks for becoming a member as well. Thank you. Welcome to all the new members in this stream. If anyone else wants to be a member, use the join button below the stream. You get a little loyalty badge by your name. You get early access to some videos. You get the members channel Discord, Members League. And it supports the channel a little bit more if you want to. You got 4. Evor's got 7. Linda's got 6. Joanne's got 7. What have I just been tagged in? The latest on Gakpo. What's this tweet? The latest on Gakpo. He trained with the physio, hoping to be on the grass tomorrow, and it's going to be a coach's decision on Sunday. Well, there you go. So that's the latest on Gakpo. Coach's decision. Not Loshi, thanks for the super chat as well. No message on that. Did you mean to put one? There's nothing in chat. Isak or Semenyo? Oh, you can't bench Isak, can you? Kluivert's baby has been born. A brace incoming against Southampton. I was saying earlier, Callum, like he's going to score and do the baby celebration. It's absolutely happening. William, thanks for the super chat as well. Without a message either. We've got Luke Skywalker here, and he says, Hall to Howson or Wood to Wissa. Oh, I wouldn't sell Wood just yet after the hat-trick. Maybe do it next week when Wissa's got Leicester. I'd probably do Hall to Howson first. Yeah, Howson or Kirkes. Which one do you guys like more? If you can afford him, I think Kirkes is slightly better, but it's a pretty close one again. But yeah, I mean, Howson's great. He's like 4.4 mil, isn't he? I'd probably do Wood to Wissa next week. Evan says Kirkes. Lanky says Kirkes. Yeah, I think Kirkes... They're pretty close. Like, Kirkes is obviously fullback, so he's got significantly more crosses. Similar XGI to Howson, who's obviously getting the shots away more. But I think Kirkes, yeah, overall, slightly better. Bench Palmer. Nah, there's no one you bench Palmer for. There's literally no one that you'd bench Palmer for. Deepak says house and the money is useful. Oh yeah, it depends I suppose what you could use that money for. Like if there's something significant that extra 0.5 mil goes towards, then yeah, fair enough. Neville says assistant manager or triple captain this week. I'd go triple captain, Neville, if you've still got it. I'd use it on Salah, and then I'd look to use the assistant manager in Game Week 31. Assuming that Newcastle have the Double Gameweek 33, which is predicted based on the market odds, but might not happen, but that's what's predicted. Thank you to everyone that's tuned in, by the way. I hope you've enjoyed the stream so far. Do hit like if you are enjoying the stream, and make sure you're subscribed. It's completely free, and you can always change your mind as well if you think this guy is not for me. Obi Fuma, thanks for becoming a member as well. Thank you, Obi Funa. Appreciate your support, mate. Thanks for becoming a member. Someone asked about my transfer plans. I'm going to roll this week. FPL Grandmaster, how is Strand Larsen still in your team focal? I think he's alright to have like sitting on the bench. I might even... I mean, he's got Southampton in Game Week 29 as well. Do I have to sell him? I know he's... God, he's dropped a few times though, hasn't he? Yeah, I mean, I've rode him all the way up and back down. I've had him for a while. I bought him, I think it was around here for 5.5 mil. That brace against Bournemouth, legendary. Yeah, I mean, I know he's injured, but I'm not in a rush to be playing him. I don't even know what his ETA is, 25%. Hopefully he's back this week, because it'd be handy to put first on the bench going forward. And then, like, he's got Southampton in Game Week 29. I think he could be handy still. I'm not in a hurry to sell him. But yeah, going back to transfer plans, I'm going to just roll this week. I did look at a few different options. Like I could do Greaves to Disasi, and then I've got a double game week defender to play instead of Tarkowski. I looked at Bruno to Rodgers, but it leaves me a player down at 29. I looked at Bruno to Trossard, but is that actually an upgrade? Maybe, maybe not. I looked at Bruno to Trossard and Tarkowski to Gabriel. That's quite nice, but it's a -4. A person in your school scored for Rovers last night. Fair play. Bristol Rovers. That's class. Drago says, should I have my cream egg now or save it for later? Depends if you've had dinner. If you've had dinner, go for it. Otherwise, wait for later. Have it for pudding. Have it for dessert. Shamrock Rovers. Oh, okay, fair enough. Gakpo to Darwin. Nah, I wouldn't. It was St Paul's High School Rovers. St Paul's High School Rovers. I wouldn't sell Gakpo. The only player I'd sell him for is Watkins, if I could do it for free, and if it didn't leave me short in Game Week 29. Shamrock Rovers in Ireland, got you. That's still sick though. You need to get Jackson out, but who do you replace him with? I think Wissa's nice. Wissa's good. Like, Wood's not bad, to be fair. His fixtures aren't as great, but he's having a mad season. But, like, Wissa, he's got West Ham away, and then Leicester away. Everton home, pretty nice. Aston Villa home, yeah, maybe. Bournemouth away is not so great, but like, he's quietly having a great season. 10 goals, 3 assists in 1,600 minutes. 13 returns in 20 starts for 6.3 mil. But I'm going to die on the hill that Wiss is a good pick. Keep your questions coming, FPL or not FPL. I'll answer whatever. Mark Schroeder, thank you so much for becoming a member as well. Thank you, Mark. Let's get the confetti cannon going out for that. Thanks, Mark. He's only 16 and he scored in the Conference League. That's crazy. Damn, that is the absolute dream, to go pro and score. Especially in Europe. Fair play. Oh, Lalo was setting us up to also get a question, and he says, yeah, it's crazy he scored. It's crazy he scored. Also, bench Wissa or Mateta. Wissa or Mateta. I would start Mateta. He's got the home fixture. He's on pens. Gotta be Mateta. Nothing really concrete on Gakpo, Assad. I was tagged in a tweet just now from someone that's got contacts like physios. He knows loads of physios at clubs, and they said the latest on Gakpo is that he trained with Liverpool's physio. He's hoping to be on the grass tomorrow, and it's going to be a coach's decision on Sunday. So we just don't know yet. Can't tell you, to be honest with you. But you've got to play him if you've got him, and I wouldn't sell him unless it was for Watkins, and if it was for free, and if it didn't leave you short in Game Week 29. 24k Will, day 262 of calling Focal Smexy Geezer. And he says also he's got 2 free transfers. He's got Slot, Salah, Trent, Rodgers. Anyone else essential? No, I think you're all good there. I don't know the rest of your team, but I think you're okay there. Like, you've got more doublers than me. So yeah, these are the blanks and doubles coming up. The bottom 2 aren't confirmed yet. It's just based on the market odds. But it's something to kind of keep an eye on and try and formulate a chip strategy on. Maybe I'll do a video about this. Maybe. Or I might just throw it in the experts video again. Not sure yet. Charlie Roberts says, what's up, Focal? How are you doing, Charlie? Sahil says, do I save a free transfer or do I do Hall to Kirkers with 2.8 mil in the bank? I'd love to know what the rest of your team is, because 2.8 mil is a lot. Like, if you've got someone like, I don't know, Enzo, or like you could go Enzo to Mbumo. There's a lot of things you could do with that money. Or you could do like João Pedro to Wissa and Die to Wissa. Hall to Kirkes is nice. But yeah, without knowing the rest of your team, that's a good move. Especially if you have to play Hall. Yeah, I like that. That's a good move. Wood for Watkins for a -4 here. Nah, I wouldn't do that for a -4. Wood just scored a hat-trick. Seems crazy to sell him now. Nev says, so Oscar, are you up for any awards this year? Well, there's the Football Content Awards. That was the one that I won last year, but I think that's not till November. Or is it December? It's not for ages, so I don't know. I don't know if I'll go again. Maybe I should go if I get nominated again. But like, I've won it now. What's the point? I've already won. The only reason I might go if I get nominated again is because it is cool to see like people I don't normally get to see often in real life. Like, I'm really good mates with Harry and Ross. We only see each other a handful of times a season, so that'd be an opportunity to see them, I suppose. Yeah, I've been invited on Harry's stag do, but it does clash with a wedding I've been invited to, which is really unfortunate because a stag do with Harry and Ross would have been class. I'm still in two minds what to do, but I think I'll go to the wedding. I'll be able to get so many good clips as well on a stag do with Harry. Probably stuff that should never see the light of day. Sales, I already answered that, didn't I? Any early team news? I've actually not checked. Isn't it Chelsea and Brighton tonight? So I don't know if there'll be anything. We don't really get leaks for them teams. No, it doesn't look like anything. I'll keep an eye on it. We've got, what, just under half an hour till deadline. Keep your questions coming. Do the stag do. Yeah, I know. It's difficult though, because like someone I've known for a long time's getting married. So what do I prioritize? It's like one of my best friends from uni. She's getting married. So I don't know. I think I have to. By default, the wedding makes sense. But she's not having a big wedding. That's the thing. It's like a small crowd going. So I don't know. I'll have to think it over more. Brian says, Focal Wissa. Yeah, are you on Wissa as well? Surely he comes good this week. Surely. Do a stag wedding. Maybe I could do both. Don't know if that fits. I don't think I could do both. That might be hard. Stag do's in Bristol. and the wedding is the next day in London. I think that would be really hard to do back to back. And I'd probably be really hungover the day after the stag to then drive all the way back to London for a wedding. I don't know if I could do that. Do whichever one you want and then lie that you went to the other one. Oh, it'd be a shame though to not go out on a stag do with Harry and Ross. That would be so fun. Yeah, I need to think it over more. X pints for the stag. Yeah, I mean, it's a double game week if I do both, isn't it? Right, where did I get to the chat? Dimitri says, hi Oscar, love the content. Could you give me an opinion, please? We're Surfer and Die. I can't afford Watkins for a -4. Or if I just roll now, Sar comes on. I think Sar's okay. As opposed to a -4, I would say. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I've just broken this. Just wanted to check what Sar's minutes have been like recently in case I've missed anything there. 90, 71, 60. So he's not done anything for ages, has he? 1 assist in his last, what is that, like 7 games? The only reason that I would consider it when I wouldn't normally is because you're selling someone. Let me read it again. And Die to Wissa. I think I'd probably do that, yeah. Just because Ndai is injured for weeks anyway, so he's got to go. So, like, why not just do it? Just get ahead of the curve, sell him, and then deal with Sar another week. Yeah, I think I would do that. I think that makes sense, just to get back on your team a bit. And Ndai's out for quite a while, I think, with that injury from last game week. FPL Apprentice, thanks for the 14 months. 14 months, that's crazy. He says double game week 32 equals wait with the assistant manager as the Toon and Crystal Palace possible double game week 33. I'm not sure if Palace can, but Newcastle definitely can. I need to check it again. Newcastle, yeah, definitely a potential back-to-back double. So if I had the assistant manager, I'd be looking to use it in game week 31 now and get those back-to-back doubles. Poker says, I can't believe 100 plus points was a red arrow last week when the average was 87. It just shows how many points were picked up. Yeah, I guess it shows two things. Number one as well, like how many engaged players there are in this game, where 100 is like a big red still. Like I got 117 and I dropped like 20k or something in rank. I think 87 average shows how many inactive players there are. Like there's millions that have just given up playing already. How many active players do you guys think there are? So 11.3 million is the total player base. How many do you reckon are still actively playing every week? Do you reckon it's like 75%, half? Do you reckon it's like 8 million? 5 million? Dan Ball got 127 points and he still dropped rank. Like last week was mental. You reckon just 4 million active managers? 5 million? About 7 million? Yeah, I reckon it's like 5-6 million. Maybe half have given up at this stage of the season. Like, it's a big commitment to play for this long. We are now 6 months into the season. That's a proper commitment, that. To those of us that love FPL, that's like, it's nothing because we just love football and FPL and play every week. But to someone that's more casual, 6 months is a long time. I've had relationships that haven't lasted that long. And this is just one season of many. Anyway, VS says, I have Sanchez, Trent, Munoz, Tarkowski, Mbumo, Rogers, Salah, Palmer, Wissa, Rao, Isak and Slot assistant manager. 0.4 mil on the bank. Iwobi, Hall and Colwyn on the bench. What would be my best move with 1 free transfer? Who's your other keeper? You're going to have to sell Sanchez. I'm guessing you haven't got someone that's playing like Fabianski. You're going to have to sell Sanchez because Maresca came out and said that Jorgensen is our number 1 now. So I would just do Sanchez to Kepa. and that's it. I don't think I would take a -4. Just do that. Yeah, just do that. Relationships come and go, but FPL is for life. Ludovic, she says, a game week every day is my dream. I don't know if it'd be as enjoyable if it was every day. It'd be... I think actually it wouldn't be as fun, because you'd get so used to it. It would just be like, oh yeah, it's another FPL day. Oh, it's another day today. Do you know what I mean? Like, I could play games every evening if I wanted to, but I actually barely even play games at all anymore. But like, the same when I was younger. I didn't even play every single day, because it's just like... becomes boring. Anyway, Ad says bench Cliver and Boomer, Isak, Wood, Wisser or Palmer. Oh, that's brutal, that one. My instinct was Isak or Wood out of those two. Maybe Wood away against Fulham. Seems mad after the hat-trick, but like Cliver, great fixture, and Bumo's great on pens. Isak, great form. Wood away to Fulham. I'd probably bench Wood. It's Wood or Isak. I'd probably bench Wood. Also, just to protect yourself a bit. Like, imagine Isak goes off against City still, and you've got him benched when he's that highly owned. OP Talent says Gakpo to Watt and Gordon to Dango. Who's Watt? Gakpo to what? Are you asking me what? Or is what short for someone? And Dango for -8. Or keep both. Keep Gakpo. Dango out. Dango out I think is okay for a hit. Oh, Watkins. Nah, I wouldn't do Watkins. Not for a hit. I would do Gakpo to Watkins for free, not for a hit. Are you making moves, Focal? No, I'm going to roll. I'm going to roll. I'm not sure there's anything that's 100% definitely worth spending a valuable transfer. I'd like to have 2 next week and just prepare for the blank in 29, because I'm not going to free hit in 29. Yeah, I wouldn't do Gakpo to Watkins for a -4. I don't mind Gordon out for any of the Bournemouth midfielders. Or if you haven't got Mbeumo, I'd prioritise Mbeumo. Otherwise, yeah, Bournemouth midfielder for a hit is nice. If I was ranking them, I'd say Semenyo, Cliver, and then Dango. Agroya says Halterhausen, Moyes to Emery for a -4. We already have Kirkes. Or do I sell Gakpo to fund Slot? I'm also confused who comes in for Gakpo. Any idea? Thanks, have a nice day. Halterhausen, Moyes to Emery. Yeah, I think you've got it bang on there. Unless you can afford Kirkes. I think he's nice. Halterhausen, Moyes to Emery. Yeah, if you've got Moyes assistant manager, then you have to sell him for Emery, really. Sell him for the next doubler. I wouldn't sell Gakpo to free up a slot for Slot. No, I wouldn't do that. Just do the other 2 moves for -4. I think you've got it exactly right there. Stein says Gakpo to Watkins or Wood for a hit. Nah, if anyone's got Gakpo, I think I'd honestly keep him. The only scenario where I'd sell Gakpo is if it's for free to buy Watkins, and if it doesn't leave you short of 11 players or a really good 11 in Game Week 29. What was that say? I wants a poll on how many people put in their Tinder bio that they're an FPL player or an ex-champ. Surely no one's done that before, have they? Surely not. Surely no one's bio is like, oh, I've got 2 top 100Ks and the 1 top 10K. That's such a niche thing to put in your bio. Surely not. I guess they're like... I mean, when I look at my analytics, like... It's less than 1% women that watch my channel. And shout out to the ladies that watch my channel, but it's 99.5% guys. Maybe that's not representation of the overall player base, but it feels like such a niche thing for a guy to put in his Tinder bio. Like, I can't believe that's a thing. Am I rolling? Yeah, I'm rolling a transfer. Yeah. JR says, mate, I was down the pub last night and the bar lady asked if I should bench Aina, Timber or Ahmed. What do you think? Out of all of those, I'd bench Aina. Is it worth paying the extra for Kirkes instead of Howson? I think it probably is, Pamela, unless there's something you can clearly use that money for. But yeah, it's hard to say about knowing your team, but I think Kirkes is worth it. As long as it doesn't stop you from doing some other nice move, like, you know, imagine next game week you want to go Gorlin to Mbumo, something like that. That's worth having Howson instead, if that makes sense. But no, I wouldn't sell Gakpo to Watkins or Wood for a hit, Stein. Keep Gakpo. I know there's a chance he doesn't play, but Watkins for a hit, not for a hit. I wouldn't do that myself, or Wood. Like, Gakpo could just be benched and come on for 20 minutes and then start the second game. I'd say that's better than Watkins -4 and Wood -4. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Watkins is great, but not for a -4. I just can't get behind it for a hit. If I knew he was 100%, then I'd consider it, but not for a hit. Paredes says, Dango versus Kluivert and you own Semenyo. The enemy is listening. The enemy's listening. Well, if I was ranking them, I did a video about this yesterday, and I ranked them Semenyo #1, Kluivert #2, Dango #3. But they really are all great picks. It's one of those, like, without hindsight, it wouldn't be surprising if all three did well. It wouldn't be surprising if, like, just Dango did well. It wouldn't be surprising if Kluivert, Semenyo did well, Dango didn't. They're all great. I would say Kluivert because of the pens and Semenyo for the best underlying data of the three and the best minutes. So it's a nice mix of both, I would say. Marcus says, choose one out of Elanga, Wissa and Mateta. Thanks for the great stream. Just to choose one, Mateta. Marcus, thanks for the super chat and nice comment as well. Russell says, hi Oscar, 3 Pool, 2 Newcastle, 2 Palace and Rodgers. Do I sell Hall or Castagna to Howson? Losing Castagna probably locks in Game Week 29, play Gakpo or Mbumo. So I'd sell Hall. I'd sell Hall for Howson. That just makes sense looking at the fixtures. Gakpo or Mbumo. I'd play Gakpo over Mbumo. Is there no one else you can bench? Is there no one else? I guess your other Newcastle was Isak, so not him. Yeah, it'd have to be Gakpo. You're just going to have to take a chance on the minutes. It's mad to bench a double gameweek player that's a good pick that's not ruled out. Do you know what I mean? Even though it's unclear if he's going to play. It's a coach's decision, is what I was told by someone reliable just now. Oh yeah, I need to tweet my team. Let me do that before I forget. Take a screenshot of that. So Salah captain, Trent Vice. Yeah, that's correct. Right. Game week 25. Rolled the transfer. Right. Share now. Boom. Done. Crispy Bacon says, DM sent, can you advise? DM sent. I don't normally do DMs because I have to jump around in my background window, but I'll make an exception one time, but ordinarily no DMs, please. Let me find it. It's fine. Nothing. It's good to go. He's got a really nice team. You don't need to do anything with this. Obviously, benching a Wiss is a shame. But I think you have to play Eze. Yeah, I think I'd leave it exactly as you've got it there. You don't need to make any changes. It's a nice team. Really nice team. I'm jealous. You've got Watkins, Rodgers, Salah, Van Dijk, and Slot. So you've got 5 doublers. I'm sitting on 3 here. Is anyone not captain in Salah? Let me just do a quick poll. Who's your captain? Salah. Who else is there? I'm just going to put not Salah. I did one on my channel earlier, actually, and that was the only options I could think of. Like, is anyone really going Rodgers or Watkins or Trent? Surely not. Oh, his effective ownership's going to be like 205% again, isn't it? He's not going to do anything for rank this week. That's for certain. Maybe it's even worse this week. MK says triple captain Salah. Yeah, if you still got your triple captain, I'd use it on Salah this week. Yeah. Daniel says, Oscar, when are you going to make up the points for not going in on Villa this week? Well, in theory, game week 29. Short-term loss for longer-term gain. Because if I buy like Rodgers or Watkins or something now, or Disassi, then I'm buying someone that blanks in game week 29. And I'm a transfer down. So I'm betting on them doing really well in this double. And I lose at transfer. So I'd rather roll and just prepare for 29. So maybe I'll gain it then. Oh, Marcus, thanks for the gifted membership. Thanks for your support, Marcus. That went to Latix Rob. Thanks very much, AJ. AJ says, love the channel. Drago says, you're captain in Trossard. That is as differential as it comes this week. I know he's got Leicester, but surely not. Surely not. Right, 10 minutes till the deadline. Keep your questions coming. Thank you, everyone, for coming by and tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed your stay. Do hit like on the stream if you have liked it. Or dislike it, obviously, if you've disliked it. That's fine as well. Thoughts on Ipswich's free agent signing? Nearly read that. Fair play. Best cheat forward to replace João Pedro. Wissa. Gotta be Wissa. Slot to Emery. Nah, keep it on Slot. Surely Slot's better than Emery this week. Wolves home, Villa away. I would say keep it on Slot. It doesn't make sense to spend a valuable transfer to sell him for Emery and hope Emery gets a result against Liverpool. Phantom says, should I be taking Clivert or Gibbs White? Clivert. Bench Wood or Mbumo? Probably Wood. I really don't like benching Mbumo, but I don't like benching Wood either. I'd probably rather start the most one-sided vote. Yeah, I'd rather start Mbumo. 94% Salah, 6% not. 6%, hang on. 6%. How many are watching right now? Like 2,000? $120 of you aren't captain of Salah. So who are you going with? We had one, that was Trossard. Enshark says he's 129k and he says, should I just pack it in and delete the team? What, 129k? Mate, you're smashing it. That's alright at this stage. Not 129k. Keep going, mate. That's fine. I don't recommend deleting team. Where do you reckon you'll finish the season at? It's really hard to say. Like, right now, what am I, 58k? Top 10k would be amazing. Like, if chip strategy goes perfectly. So we had double game week 32 announced earlier. My loose plan is to dead end my team into game week 29. Wild card in 30 or 31. I'll have triple Palace and Newcastle for the double game week 32, which is locked in. Bench boost in 33. And my wild card will basically be dictated by who actually doubles here. Free hit 34. I think that's a really solid plan. I think that's a solid chip strategy. So, like, yeah, if that comes off. But these chip strategies always in theory sound so good. And then you get this master plan, then it doesn't work. But in theory, I like that plan. Who knows? What's everyone's target? Let me ask you. What are your ranked targets for the season? Well, actually, what rank are you now and what's your target? Put both in the chat. Current rank and target. Isn't Triple Palace kind of shit with those fixtures? Or maybe, okay, maybe double. I still think it's worth it in a double game week, especially when you can use a wild card. So you're not even spending valuable transfers to get to like double Palace in a double game week. 900k targeting 50k. Cristiano's 46k targeting top 15k. Wow. FPL Zeitgul is 7k and targeting 1k. Well in, mate. You're having a crazy season. 7k at this stage already. John's 1 mil going for 50k. 500k to top 50k. Loven says who to start, Cunha / Robinson and Fabianski / Henderson. Well, Fabianski's not been starting recently. He's been dropped. So even if he was playing, I'd rather start Henderson. So start Henderson. Cunha / Robinson. I'd probably just start Cunha. Start the striker. 800k to top 100k. Yeah, that's absolutely doable. 800k to top 100k. There's still a long way of the season to go. Don't forget, we're still yet to properly enter chip season. You know, of all these blanks and doubles where there's massive gains. And I'll be doing lots of videos to help everyone through the blanks and doubles. So if you're not subscribed, hit the button below this stream right now. Tap it. It's free. Tap it. What are you doing? Tap it. Wacker says, is it worth the risk swapping Wood for Gakpo? Nah, I probably wouldn't, Wacker. Just because Gakpo's a doubt. If I had him, I'd keep him. If I didn't, I wouldn't be buying, in a nutshell. Especially like Wood's just got a hat-trick as well. It seems a bit mad to sell him right now. If that makes sense. I think he's like a don't buy, don't sell. That's how I would summarise Gakpo. Kong says, Emery or wait for the Newcastle double game week. I would wait. I mean, back-to-back doubles for Newcastle, potentially, plus Leicester in Game Week 31 before that, is just way, way better on paper than Emery right now. So, no, I'd save it. The AHR says he's going for first place in the world. Hope you get there. If you get there, then we'll do a video together if you want to. I did a video a few days ago with the current #1 in the world. I think actually after the double game ended, he might have dropped to 3rd, but still very close at the top. Very close. Team leaks roundup. I don't think we've had any leaks actually. Let's check. Because tonight it's just Brighton and Chelsea, so yeah, nothing here. If anyone's joined late, I've rolled the transfer this week, so I'm sticking with Salah captain, Trent vice, rolling the transfer, which gets me up to 2 next game week. Adam says, evening buddy, would you play Ahmad and roll, or take a -4 for Trossard? No, I think Ahmad against Spurs is fine, Adam. I think that's absolutely fine. I'd consider it for free, not for a -4. I would just roll. Nothing wrong with playing Ahmad against Spurs. Good luck, Oscar. Good luck, Lilo. Hope you all smash it this week. I hope you get massive green arrows. Few more minutes till the deadline, so get your last minute's questions in. And then we'll wrap up at past. Been a good stream. Really enjoyed this one. Struggling with this game, says start Flecken or Henderson. I'd start Henderson. Henderson's playing home to Everton. Flecken's away at West Ham. If anyone's got any last minute 50-50s, these are the clean sheet odds from 11.05. So Palace are 4th actually, 39%. Brentford 20%. So Palace are actually almost twice as likely to keep a clean sheet. So yeah, start Henderson. We'll end the poll then. 96% captain Salah. Do you reckon he's going to be 200+% EO again? Maybe like 205, 210. Jasnit says, gone for a punt on Trossard. I hope it pays off. I was really tempted by Trossard, because he's got to play striker now that Havertz is out for the season. And he's got Leicester. And then he's got West Ham home. And he doesn't blank in 29. So I think Trossard's quite a nice pick. Easily. Close to 220, do you reckon? But then why wasn't it that last week? Because if it wasn't that last week because of assistant managers, then it's the same story this week. It's assistant managers. Oh, if it's 220, that'd be crazy. I'll just have Trent to cheer on, and obviously Slot, and I hope they get a result. Yeah, I mean, I'd take back-to-back 0-0s from Liverpool. That'd be fine as a Trent and Slot owner, and Salah. Right, 1 minute till the deadline. Make sure your bench is in the right order. Captain's sorted. So yeah, it was a roll for me this week. And shall we do predictions? Scoreline predictions? I hear says, should I get Ranieri? That's too last minute to answer. It depends who you're selling. Probably not. I'm not totally convinced. I think he's solid, like he has to play lots, but maybe Martinelli or Saka are back by 29. I think he's okay. I probably wouldn't buy him personally. I like Trossard, not so much Ranieri. He's only 17 as well. That is the deadline. Half past. Let's smash out the predictions then. Oh, there we go. Brighton versus Chelsea. We'll see if we can raid anyone as well. But let me take slow mode off. Get your guesses in the chat. Get the old predictions done. Brighton v Chelsea. Tonight's game. What are we saying? Slow mode's off. Far away. 3-1 to Chelsea. 1-1. 3-1 Chelsea. 3-1. Alright. Leicester versus Arsenal. Leicester v Arsenal. Chuck your guesses in the chat. Slow mode's off so you can guess as fast as you want, as much as you want. $3-0 Arsenal, 2-0, 3-0. Arsenal clean sheet, we reckon. 3-0, okay. Aston Villa versus Ipswich. Villa v Ipswich, the first of the double gameweek fixtures for Villa. What are we saying? Villa clean sheet or not? Watkins goal or benched? 2-0 to Villa. 2-1. 2-1. 1-0. 2-1. Alright, we'll go with that. Fulham versus Nottingham Forest. Fulham v Forest. Guesses in the chat. You too, Chris. God, chat's moving too fast now. I think it's... well, if chat's freezing up. Yeah, it is. Oh, I can't even keep up. 2-1. I might be struggling to see all these. Man City versus Newcastle. Huge game. Akanji's out for like 6 weeks as well. Gordon should make the game. Man City versus Newcastle. What are we saying? (3-2 to Newcastle, 3-2 to City. We reckon lots of goals. 2-1 City, 2-1 City. Oh, this one's so divided. Alright, I'll put 2-2. There's a few 2-2s. Southampton versus Bournemouth. Good luck to all the new Cliver, Dango, Semenyo owners. Kirkes, Howson for the clean sheets. Kepa. Southampton v Bournemouth. (3-0 to Bournemouth. No Southampton goal. Alright. West Ham versus Brentford. West Ham v Brentford. What are we saying? Go! 2-1 Brentford. 2-1, 2-1. Yeah, I don't think there'll be a clean sheet in this one. I can see both teams scoring. Yeah. 2-1. 2-1 to West Ham. 2-1 Brentford. Alright, we'll go with that. A lot of away wins here. Crystal Palace versus Everton. Home win? Did Palace take this one? Everton are actually in a pretty good run of form recently, aren't they? Is that three wins and a draw in their last 4? I can't remember how many of those games were under Moyes, but can I keep the run going? 1-0? Oh, that'd be annoying because I've got Munoz and Tarkowski. That should be killer. Liverpool versus Wolves. Just a few left to do. Liverpool v Wolves. What are we saying? Yeah, Tarkowski. Imagine if he does it again, Zyko. What a guy. I couldn't believe that. I absolutely lost it. And then when they were checking for offside, I was like, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Like, it's good they get way more decisions right, but also it's horrible when it's tight like that. You don't know if you can celebrate it yet. 3-0 Liverpool. Alright. 2 more left to do. Spurs v Man United. What are we saying? Spurs v Man United. 2-2. Mate, I wouldn't mind 2-2. I've got Bruno. I need some Man United goals in this one. Yeah, hopefully it's like a nice open game. Last one then. Aston Villa versus Liverpool. Nobody knows. Yeah, obviously nobody knows the scoreline. We're predicting it. That's the game. Aston Villa versus Liverpool. Last one. What are we saying? 2-1 Liverpool, 2-1 Villa, 2-1 Liverpool. Alright, we'll go with that. Cool. Thank you everyone for tuning into the deadline stream. I hope you've enjoyed it, whether you're here for a minute, whether you're here for the whole thing. Thanks as always. We won't do a raid today. We're going to wrap it up right there. Good luck this game week. I hope you'll smash it, get huge green arrows. And yeah, lots of content to come next week, of course, talking about Game Week 26 and everything else. Double Game Week 32 that's been announced. So make sure you subscribe for that. Good luck everyone. Focal out.